Hey everyone, some of you who are regular Screencastify users have already discovered the problem that we have right now, which is that your Screencastify account is no longer active as a premium account. We ran into a problem with them and their pricing structure and a couple of other issues, and it's looking pretty much like a done deal that we won't be having access to Screencastify. I'm really sorry, and I hope that that doesn't cause anyone too much stress. The reason for this video is not just to tell you that, though. The reason for this video is to tell you that if you used Screencastify to create video screencasts for your students, we actually have two other options that are in place that you can start using right now. The first of those, if you just use Screencastify for simple, quick screencasts, directions, explanation, that kind of thing, then probably one of the things that you'll want to look at first would be on a Chromebook. Google is now built into Chromebooks. It's natively there, the ability to make screencasts, and it's really easy to use. So if you log into your district Chromebook, once you're logged in, down in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see an empty circle. And if you click on that, that brings up the app launcher. And if you scroll through the apps that are there and available for you, you're going to find one called Screencasts. So if you click on that, it'll open up a new window and it'll walk you through the steps to get started with a recording. In kind of typical Google style, it's pretty streamlined, not a lot of frills, but it does the job. If you're looking to record anything that you can show them on a website or through the browser and the webcam yourself, you're going to probably be able to do it and be just fine with that Screencast app on a Chromebook. The other nice thing about it is it makes it easy because when you're done with the recording and you finish, it's going to save that right into your Google Drive for you. So again, from there you can get it to students through Classroom or however else that you want to do that, but pretty easy. The other option, if you're looking for something a little more sophisticated, something that you can, a little more bells and whistles, in fact more than you would have had in Screencastify, to be able to add in, title screens, transitions, text over top of your screen, that kind of stuff, then you might want to take a look at another website we license called WeVideo, WeVideo.com, which you're looking at here. And if you try to do what I'm about to show you, the first step here, logging in, and you run into a problem, just shoot me an email and let me know, and I can make sure your account is set up and you're good to go. Okay? Because what you should be able to do is go to WeVideo.com. You should be able to click the login button, and then on the next screen, you should be able to click on Login with Google. It should ask you which account. Make sure you're picking your maloneschools.org account, and you'll come to this. Now, they are in the process of doing an overhaul of their interface, so you're going to get this every time you log in until you go through their little tutorial. You're going to get them showing you what's new, so you just hit close on that. And you probably will see as options Classroom or Classic. I would ignore Classic. This is eventually just going to go away anyway. So Classroom is the one that we want to go to. And so when I click on Classroom, again, because this is new, they're trying to show you the preview. I can just click on Show Me Later or watch that video if you want to. And this is what you'll see. So over here on the left-hand side, we have two options, classes, where we can obviously set up our classes if we're going to have kids working with this. But what I want to do is go to Projects. And the first time you do this, you're not going to have any projects here at all. So you would just click the button Create a Project. Next time you come back in and you want to work on it, just put your mouse over it and click on Edit. Okay? And this is the screen that you'll see. This is the video editor itself. Okay? Video and audio editor. WeVideo, if you're ever interested in doing any kind of video project, video instructions, introductions, even podcasting, you can do through WeVideo. So it's pretty easy to use. And pretty full-featured for something that's just in the browser. So it's pretty impressive. Now, the first time you log in, this media window here is going to be empty. You won't have anything there. I came in and pre-recorded a couple of clips because Windows won't let your webcam you work for two programs at the same time, so I couldn't actually do this live in WeVideo because I'm recording a screencast showing you this. So you'll see what will happen in a second, which is basically nothing. So this window, like I said, is going to be empty, and that's the first thing we need to do is get it not empty. We need to actually record the screencast video. And to do that, right here where it says record, what we would need to do is click on that down arrow, and when you click on that down arrow, if you put your mouse over video, you have three options. You can record the screen. So this would be if I don't want them seeing me at all, I just want them seeing whatever is on the screen that I'm showing them. Next would be webcam. If I don't have something that I want to show them, I just want to be able to explain some directions to them or something. You know, there's a sub coming in, and instead of having the sub try to explain what I want them to do, I want to explain it. This would be a way that you could do that. So you could use your webcam and record yourself talking to the kids. And then the last option is screen and webcam. So it's going to record both things at the same time, which is what I did for these two clips. So that's why there's two clips there, because I recorded both at the same time. Okay? When you do this, and if I click on this right now, as you're going to see, it's not going to do anything because I'm already using the webcam and the microphone. So it's basically telling me, like, yeah, you can't do this right now. But if I weren't doing a screencast, when I clicked on screen and webcam, a new window is going to pop up, and in that window it's going to ask me, first of all, to make sure that I'm using the right camera and the right microphone that I want it to use. And then on the next screen, because I had chosen to record my screen, it wants to know, what do you want to record? Do you want to record a tab? So that's, you know, up here, these are tabs, okay? Do I want to record a tab? Or do I want to record a window? So if I've got two Chrome windows open, I could pick which one of them I wanted it to record. The difference there would be if you choose just to record a tab, even if I change tabs, the recording isn't going to change tabs. It's only recording whatever is on that tab. So I could go look at another tab, but whoever's watching the video is only going to see that tab that I said record just this tab. If I say record a window, it'll let me switch between tabs in that Chrome window, and the people watching the video will see those different tabs as I scroll between them. The third option is to record your screen. And what that means is if you're doing this like on a Windows desktop, for instance, or the Windows laptop, you might want to switch over to another program. You might want to show them something on your desktop, whatever. But if you choose screen, it's literally just anything that you can see as you see it. So I could minimize the window. It's still going to record my desktop and everything else. Okay. So I chose to do that in this clip. I picked the screen. Okay. So then once you're done recording, and the way to finish recording, by the way, is when you start the recording, you're going to see it's going to count you down, let you know that it's starting to record, and then you're going to see a little button that'll say stop sharing your screen. When you click on that, it ends your recording, and then your video clips are going to automatically show up here. Depending on how long those clips are, it's going to take a little bit of time for it to process. You're going to see like a little blue bar at the bottom of each of the clips that'll be like moving. And what that's telling you is until that is finished, you just need to be patient. So you might need to go do something else for a few minutes, come back. Once those clips are finished processing, they'll look like the ones here where there's no blue bar. They're good to go. Okay? So now I've got my two videos and the audio that went along with them. So now I actually need to bring them in and add them, because if I look down here at the bottom of the screen, this is showing me the tracks of the video that I'm about to create. And right now, there's nothing there. The tracks are empty, so I don't have a video. You'll notice like the export button, I can't click on it because there's nothing to export because I haven't added anything to my video yet. So what I need to do is get those video clips from up here down to here. So the way to do that is to just click and hold and drag. I haven't let go of my mouse yet. And when I let go, or actually, sorry, first of all, when I bring it down here, you'll notice that it will turn green if you're in a kind of track that it likes for that, whatever it is. And then I can position it wherever I want to. Basic rule of thumb, and I don't want to get too deep right now, is we want to bring this all the way over as far to the left as we can. So that means that we'll be right at the start, 0 minutes, 0 seconds of our video. Now I'm going to let go. Excuse me. And now you'll see our video, that clip has ended up down here. Okay? Now I still have one more clip. Assuming I want my webcam to show up also so they can see me and the screen that I was showing them at the same time, I need to get this video down here as well. So here's the problem. And it's not a problem. I just want you to see what I'm talking about. You'll see that this is video 1, this is text 1, and this is audio 1. This is another video clip. We don't want to dump the video clip in either one of these. We want to put that in a video track as well. All you need to do is right here where it says add track, click on that and tell it we want to add another video track. And now there you go. I've got video 1, video 2, so I can just come up here, do the same thing, grab that, hold it, drag it down
so
here,
this example,
and let go. And now I have my two video tracks together. Great, but here's the problem. Well, one of the problems. You can only watch one video at a time, right? Or it looks like, because as I move my little preview bar along so you can see what the video is going to look like, you'll notice that you can see me, you can see the webcam, and you can't see the screen video that I did. That's because my webcam video is taking up the whole thing. It's just as big as the video that's below it. And so what I want to do is I want to make this video, the video from my webcam, I want to make it smaller so that you can see what's happening behind it. And so to do that, there's two ways to do it. One is make sure I've clicked once on the video clip from my webcam so that I've got the little purple outline around it, and I can click on the edit button. If I did it right now, it would be editing this one, not that one, so I want to make sure I've got the right one selected. Or I can just double left click on that clip. And if I double left click, here's what it brings up. Okay? So I'm editing the properties of this video. And you'll see that where it says scale, the scale is set to 1. So that's, 1 to 1. It's as big as my screen is. So what I want to do is I want to make this video smaller. And as I grab this and I start dragging it to the left to make it smaller, scale it down, you'll see that the other video is going to become visible behind it. So I click and grab, and I can go down. All right. I could also, at this point, if I knew, like, I wanted this to be 25% normal size, I could just bring my mouse here, erase that, and do 0.25. The other thing I could do is, you'll notice that you've got these little drag bars. I could just use that, and I don't care what percentage it is or whatever. I just want it to look right, so I could resize it until it's where I want it, and then just leave it at that. The other thing I can do at this point, and probably should do at this point, is I probably don't want that webcam video sitting right in the middle of the screen. If I put my mouse any place where you get that little kind of compass show up, if I now click and hold, I can now drag that around and move it someplace else, so I could put it up in the corner or whatever, just kind of out of the way, so that whatever it is that I was showing my students, they would still be able to see it and me at the same time. Okay? So then once I'm done with that, I'm going to hit Save Changes. Okay? And there you go. Now, one quick thing that I'll mention, and we're already way longer here than I want to be for a quick how-to video, but if you get this far and you're not sure why, like, you still can't see your webcam video, you're only seeing the screen that you recorded, take a look down below at the tracks and make sure that literally the video, your webcam video, is on top of the screen video. Because that actually is telling you which one's in the foreground, which one's in the background. So if you had to, you could always just click and hold and drag, click and hold and drag, and move it around that way. So I've now done the reverse, so you can't see my webcam anymore because it's in the background. So I would want to bring that around again. And there we go, so it's back the right way. Okay? So now the next step is, so we got our video. Let's say that there's nothing else I wanted to do because there's a lot more I could do to it. I could add text if I needed the kids to be able to go to a certain website and I wanted to write the web address up so they could see it, whatever. I can do a lot from here, but we're just going to say this is all I wanted to do with some quick directions. If I click the export button, it gives me the option of giving it a title, and it'll let me export it as a video, as a podcast, or a GIF. And that is GIF, it's not GIF. I'm going to leave it as video, and I'm going to change this to test run, and I'm going to export. Okay. And it's going to take a couple minutes here to process, so I'm going to pause quickly. Okay, so I gave it a few minutes and let it finish processing. And what you can do is the next time you come back to this screen where you're back to projects and classes, if you click on projects, I didn't rename it yet, so it's just called my project. I would want to rename it so that I knew what screencast this was. But now when I put my mouse over it, you'll see that there's a button instead of just edit, and now there's a button that says preview exports. So if I click on preview exports, there are a couple things that I can do. One is I can actually download a video file if I wanted to, if I'm on a Windows computer or whatever and I wanted to do it that way. But the other thing that's handy is I can click on Save to Drive, and if I click on Save to Drive, there are two options. One is video and one is audio only. Notice it's not video only. So if you save video, it's saving the whole thing, including the audio that goes along with it. Audio only would be, again, if you're creating like a podcast kind of thing, or you have audio instructions that you want, the file size is going to be a lot smaller, so you could do it that way. Most of us for this are going to be doing this. So if I click on video, it's saying test run is saving to Google. We'll notify you when this is complete. Test run was saved to Google Drive. So now, if I go to Google Drive, and once I get to Google Drive, I can go to Recents, and it should show up right at the top of Recent. Okay, and that's going to be in my drive, so if I wanted to, I could click here and do move, and move it to someplace else if I wanted to put it in a folder or whatever. And then from there, again, I can share this out through Google Classroom or however else I wanted to get it to my with So hopefully that's enough to get you started with Screencastify. With WeVideo as a replacement for Screencastify, if that's the route you want to go. If you run into problems or questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you. Okay?